So what's going on, man?
What's going on?
Can you introduce yourself to our audience on sneakerwatch.com?
My name is Ken. Go by I am SoundWave on IG. I on sidewalk underscore on IG. But yeah, Ken Hobson. That's my real name. So if you see me, you don't have to call me SoundWave. Call me Ken.
Gotcha. All right. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you fell in love with sneakers?
Well, I mean, I've been in love with sneakers for a while. I mean, ever since I was younger. I mean, I grew up in Elizabeth, New Jersey, and things was kind of rough childhood. You know what I mean? So you really didn't have the means to acquire all the sneakers that you wanted.
Yeah.
So when I got older, like in college, and then I got like my first like job, which was like at Champs, and I was just like, the first thing I was thinking about wasn't even like buying a car or whatever. It was like, yo, I got this discount. I could get the sneakers I want, and this, that, and so forth. So I was always like, dang, I wish I could catch up on all the stuff that I missed out when I was younger. But that's how it was. Just always had the love for it, especially like my big brother, he had a job and stuff. So every time Jordan came out, he had a brand new pair or something, and I'm just like, damn. So, and that's how it is, and then it just grew ever since then.
Okay, so other than your brother, who or what kind of influenced like your sneaker choices and your style or whatever?
Oh man, it's kind of crazy. I probably have like a lot of different influences. I mean, other than my brother, just local influences around the area when I grew up. But I was really into like I could say the first person that made me fall in love with sneakers was like Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson.
Yeah, like the Bo sneaker was it. Like Bo was the man, and I loved the cross trainer. Like back then cross trainers was it. Like that was the big deal. Cross trainers, not basketball, but it was cross trainers. So I liked that style. The Bo's colors were crazy. Sometimes, he had the white with the orange and the blue, and then he had the gray with the yellow with this. So I was like, I fell in love with the crazy colors. So I was a Jordan fan as basketball-wise, because I played basketball in college and stuff. But I really liked the style of the Bo shoe, because I felt like I was more like a geek in terms of like I liked what it was made for. Like the dude could do all these different things in those kicks.
Yeah.
Where the basketball sneakers was just for ball, but the cross trainers was to do everything. He could play ball, he could play this, he could play that. So like that was like a big deal with me. Like I think I fell in love with like the technology and just the crazy ways of looking at it. So like the Bo cross trainers and stuff like that influenced me big time, until like they started crossing that over into Nike basketball, when they started making like the Huaraches, which was like, I mean, the Michigan Huaraches, that was it. Like when the Fab Five did that, the hole in the ankle, I was just like, I need those. And then, the David Robertson, I think it was the Air, was it called the Air Ultimate or something? And Michigan had rocked those too. And I was like, yeah, like the craziness, like, the carnivore looking style. I was like, oh man, I fell in love with it. So I was really more so into like what I liked, not what everybody else liked.
Yeah.
Everybody was into Jordans. I bought Jordans, yeah, but I also liked a lot of other stuff, a lot of different sneakers, and I liked wearing those a lot. Like even like when Nike came out with the Air Kukini, you know what I mean, with the big plastic web over them.
Yeah.
I wore those. People looked at me, I was nuts. I was like, yo, these are crazy. I loved them,
Right.
But that was my style. Like I always liked crazy looking kicks, I still do it today. I mean, I got,
the Reebok pumps on.
Yeah, the Melody Asani's on, I love What the collection, stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, so you played ball back in the day.
Yeah, I played ball for Elizabeth High School, and then I played ball at Central Connecticut State University up in Connecticut. So I played up there because my family and my other cousin played played for UConn too.
Yeah.
So our family was up there, so it was kind of, we were close. And it kind of helped things out.
So what kind of sneakers were you like wearing, when you were playing ball?
Huaraches and Flight Posits.
Okay.
I liked the light shoe with the quick response, because I was a point guard. So I needed something that was really light, but that could give me a really good response when I was moving around and trying to do all these different things. So the Flight Posit, the Huarache, those were like my go-to shoes. So when they came out, or even if they remade them, but when the Flight Posit came, I just bought so many different colors I didn't care.
Yeah.
When they made the Foam Posit, when it first came out, it's really weird, but the old Foam Posit was a lot lighter than this new one. The new Foam Posit is not meant for ball,
Yeah.
but the old one was. It was a lot lighter. It had a foam air pocket. It was quick response. I loved them. That's what I would play ball in. So those are like my favorite shoes to play in.
Okay. So, and you said like your style is pretty much the same now. There's nothing different about it, would you say?
No.
The influence is still the same.
Yeah, influence is really still the same. You know, I like the crazy colors. I just like different styles. You know what I mean? I mean, there's shoes that everyone has that I like too.
Of course.
You know, I mean, everybody does. But, you know, I do have like that weird geeky sense of me that I love that, you know, because I like the technology. So like even like with new basketball shoes, when I find out what the technology is that's in it, I'm like, oh, yeah, I like it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it goes with me.
Okay. So in terms of just like technology now, what would you say like is like one of the dopest sneakers from a technological standpoint
Right.
in basketball right now?
Well, I like the LeBron 12.
Okay.
I like the Zoom pods on the bottom.
The sole is dope.
Yeah, you know, because, you know, each individual pod opens up depending on how your foot moves. I really like that. I like the fact that they got away from the big air bubble and doubled up the foam air on the heel so like you could get that really good cushioning. The only thing I don't like about it is that with the net upper, it makes it a little bit narrow. So you gotta go like bigger because it like almost like hugs your feet.
Yeah.
I wish that the LeBron net and kind of like the KD net, it's kind of made that way. I wish they were more like the Kobe fly nets, you know, because the Kobe elite fly nets are looser and it almost forms to your foot a little bit better. So I like that technology for the upper, but with that LeBron bottom, you know. But I've always been a big fan of foam air. I mean, like the foam air with the quick response, you know, and the original foam air, even though I know like after a while, if you play ball in it a lot, it breaks down and it's not as responsive, you know. So, but I've always been a big fan of like foam air on the sneakers. I like Flywire, big time. I like the way that hugs your feet, you know, a big fan of that. But yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of LeBron pods. I like that.
Okay. So what would you say your sneaker collection consists of mostly?
Oh, man. Mostly everything, to be honest with you. I mean, I have a little bit of everything. I mean, I have running sneakers from New Balances. I have OG Prestos. I have, you know, Air Max 120s from a long time ago, the originals. I still have my 95s from 95.
Right.
I have some Air Flights from 91 still. I still have my original Huaraches. I had all my Flight Posits, every color still. Because they were just so comfortable to me, and every time a color came out, I just bought them. Force Foam Posit Maxes, still have my OG Tim Duncan ones. I still have those. So my collection consists of a lot of old stuff. It's all across the board. I have a lot of old Jordans. I'm not really into the retros that much.
Yeah.
I have just Jordans that are old, like from like the 8s and the 9s and 10s and 11s. Like all mine are old Jordans. So, and they may be yellowing here and there. I still wear them, or I'll put some Fabe Sole on it to, you know, take the yellow out or something, or I'll clean my stuff with my boys from Rejuvenator. But other than that, that's what it is. I try to keep them clean, even though they're really old.
Right. Okay. So, how many pairs would you say you have in total? Because you just went down like a video.
Well, I don't have a lot anymore. I probably only have like about 180, 190 pair. Not as much as I used to have. I used to have like 700, 800 pair. I got rid of a lot because I bought a house, so I sold a lot of my stuff to buy my crib, and stuff like that. But I kept what I liked the most, you know. So, but even after that, the collection just kept growing more and more after I got more stuff. So, yeah.
So did you ever like come up with a number about how much you thought it was worth back, before you sold them?
Nah, back then, honestly, all those sneakers I bought at Champs or whatever when I was at my employee discount. So, and they were old. So I honestly like sold them for what the box price was. That was on the thing, And I was like, well, I'm making money because I bought them and I got my wear out of them. So I've never really thought about how much my collection is worth until I started spending a lot of money on sneakers, like in terms of higher price points, because I like the samples or I like this, I like that. So I never thought about that until that point, you know what I mean? And it was like me throwing it in my aunt's face when I was like, yeah, you remember you told me I spent all that money on sneakers, it was a waste of money? Well, look what I did. And she was like, okay.
You got it.
You're right. I was wrong, whatever. So even to this day, she'll be like, I'll never say nothing about you buying those sneakers. I'll be like, all right, thanks.
Right. So what's the point? I mean, what's the overall number that you came up with for the, the recent?
For a lot of the samples or everything I have, probably looking. I mean, I had one guy offer me like 100. You know what I mean, for like everything I own, and I was just like, wow, that's nice. But and it's a nice number, but I don't know. I mean, I can't get rid of my kicks. Like, I mean, if something happens where I need to, and it's like dire straits or something like that, then I'm forced to, okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I mean, I love them. So, I mean, I wear them. I don't just display them. I wear my sneakers. Like, I like wearing my kicks. So, opposed to just like putting them up and not wearing them like a lot of people do. Or a lot of these young kids now that are getting into it, they just buy the sneakers and post pictures of the sneaker on a step or something, and they never wear their shoes. So what's the purpose? You don't even enjoy it. Like, you know what I mean? I wear my sneakers like all the time.
Very true.
Yeah.
So you're totally against the stock and not rock model?
Nah, I don't do that. I mean, I have like some autographed sneakers that I'm not gonna rock. I mean, like I have a LeBron that's like a size 16. I can't wear that. You know what I mean? But every shoe I wore, every shoe. I wear it, and that's it. I'm going to wear it, like, and that's all. Like, I'm not gonna just like buy it and have it sit. It's just not my style. It's like I need to wear my kicks.
Can I trade you my kidney for the Yeezys? I had one guy actually hit me up last night. He started off at, hey, I'll trade you the Yeezys for the kidney. Then it went to, hey, I'll trade you your Yeezys plus $5,000. Then last night it went to, oh, I'll trade you your Yeezys plus $10,000.
These particular shoes have a value of $2 million.
Okay.
He wore them many, many times. We're actually now going to put them on tour, and they're going to go to Harrods in London to go on tour there. That's the next stop. It's been on tour at all of our stores.